Hey everyone, what's poppin'? Matthew here from the Everything Project. Aaron's with me too, but I just got something that I want to say before we dive into this next episode. So, interesting fact: this next episode was recorded. What'd you say? 31st? Yeah. So January 31st, this episode was recorded. Just a little bit of background. This night that we were recording it, the day was so bad for me, and things were just really rough that I couldn't really focus on to one topic or one subject that I just really wanted to talk about. I couldn't really focus on anything passionate. So I just kind of spewed out my feelings. Now, when I say I'm spewing out my feelings, I start getting random. I talk about different things, and you'll see that in this series coming up. We talk from church to space to life changing to crazy definitions. It's funny because we talk about a series that we want to do called Square Talk, and a Square Talk is meant to be lighthearted, fun, and us just kind of shooting the breeze, talking back and forth. This isn't Square Talk. This series isn't Square Talk. And it's not really our typical episode where we get deep and passionate about something as well. This is kind of an episode in the middle, and here's why. When I started recording the episode, it's really cool because I do majority of the talking in it. Aaron's always there, but Aaron decided to just kind of give some time. He gave perfect rebuttals and perfect responses to everything, gave some beautiful, beautiful knowledge, but I just kind of needed to just talk, not necessarily about my feelings of like how I felt, but I just wanted to talk because talking to people, for some reason, when I get out of my head and I'm talking to someone else, I start feeling better and not as sad as I was feeling when we were recording this episode. I was so hesitant to put this episode out when we first recorded it because when it was done and I listened to the episode again, I was like, this isn't what I want. This isn't the Everything Project. There's nothing passionate in here or whatever. We're just kind of shooting the breeze, we're just kind of talking, and it wasn't exactly what I wanted, so I was so hesitant. But Aaron decided to edit it all anyway, and then sent me bits and pieces of the editing. And so I listened to the edits, and I liked them, and I wanted you guys to hear it all. I had a change of heart, I guess you could say. So take a listen to these episodes, because Aaron had to do the best that he could to take what I was saying and to put it into something cohesive that makes sense. So sometimes you'll hear in the editing where it cuts out and it's kind of a little choppy, a little messy or whatever. We're kind of switching topics and you're like, oh, whatever. But I promise you'll understand it. It's not that bad, but it can be a little choppy, a little messy. But I just wanted to point out, this is what the Everything Project is all about. I had a bad, terrible day. So much so that after I recorded, I did not want to put out this episode. But after talking with Aaron, and we just sat there and talked, you will hear my voice change from totally depressed to being happy about what we're talking about. And just being excited to talk, and going from sad to happy because I'm with my friend and we're just talking and we're doing something that we enjoy. That's what the Everything Project is all about. It's all about fun, happiness, and positivity. It helped me in this recording go from terrible day to being able to sleep at night and enjoy my evening. So here's the episode. I hope you enjoy it. Follow us on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you. We love seeing the likes and the reactions, all of it. Yeah. Thank you guys. Enjoy the episodes. It's a 4-part series. So we're going to have episode 13, 14, 15, and 16. Just 4-part series. But we recorded it all at once back when we first recorded it. Aaron just split it up. Anyways, yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
You forgave me and you gave me hope.
Welcome, everyone, back to the Everything Project. We're glad that you're listening to us. If you're feeling sad, depressed, anxious, upset about something, thanks for being here, because we all do. At least at some point in time, we're all feeling it. And so this is a time for us to all come together, like kind of talk about it, get it out and stuff. Because let me tell you, if you're one of our few listeners, if you're wondering why episodes haven't been coming out, it's because life got in the way for a little bit. Some things went down at work that were just really hard for me. And, just like every other adult in the world, you have good times, you have bad times, and you have ugly times. And I've been having some ugly times, and so I haven't really had, it's been kind of hard to think in a positive way, in a positive light, which is what everything is about. At least what we try to make everything about, because it's hard sometimes to go down the road of light and positivity when everything is just so upsetting all the time. Do you ever have those moments where it just feels like all you do is lose, and you lose again, and then when you think maybe I can finally start winning, I'm due for a win, and you just end up losing again, and you're just like, what's wrong? Is it just impossible for me to win now? Like, is it just hard do I not get to win this time? Do I not get that? Like, do you ever feel that?
Yes, I do.
We all do, I guess. It's just something, it's life, and you got to push past it. One of my favorite things about hard times is that they come to leave, if that makes sense. They show up, and it could last for a really long time, those hard times, years. But eventually, if you're willing to stand up and keep moving forward, eventually they'll pass you on. And then the sad truth is that there might be another one around the corner. But we just keep on moving, we just keep going, and everything. But it was just a real hard one for me, and I'm glad to be here talking, though. I've been thinking a lot, but one of the things that I've realized that I was super grateful for is the opportunity to sit here and, when times get hard, be able to talk just about, how I feel, just about how life is. I think it's important that we've talked about this before, but it's important to make sure that we're not trapped inside of our minds, that we allow ourselves to realize, okay, we had a bad day, and like my mission president said, we're going to go home, wrap it up in duct tape, and never touch that day ever again. It's going to stay right there on the bookshelf. But, until you wrap that book up with duct tape, it's good to let it air out for a little bit, and let it, and kind of talk with yourself and be just like, okay, this is what's going on. This is how I feel. How are we going to overcome it? And I think that's a good thing for all of us. But just a hard time. We keep moving forward. We get back up on the horse, right? But we're getting so old, man. Oh, dude, that's crazy, man. I think about how life and everything has led up to this point, and it's just like, dude, I remember the football games in your front yard, the hockey in the driveway. Like, I remember throwing a basketball in the street because that's where all the cars were, and it just seemed natural to throw the ball where all the cars were.
Night games and all that.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Like, those feelings of just like, you feel like time is like kind of moving slow. Like, time is taking its time, and you're kind of just in a spot where you're just like, man, this goes on forever, and I'm gonna die here. like did you ever feel that way in like high school, or like on your mission, where you're just like, dude, I'm on my mission and I'm never going home. I came out here on my mission, and I'm gonna die out here on my mission, Yeah. And like, it's just, you feel like time never moves, and you're just kind of like, whew, frick. But here we are.
Here we are.
Both 27 years old, both graduated, and like, I don't know how to be an adult. I don't know what I'm doing. I see what others are doing, and I just kind of fake it. And I have a feeling that they're kind of faking it too. Fake it until you make it, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
But make someone's day. Make someone else's life better. Find Jessica and give her some mint ice cream.
That's right.
You know what you're talking about if you know what we're talking about if you were here in episode 1. But you know, yeah, that was just such a fun time and everything. So, okay, I had a question for you, and I just wanted to ask you this question. It's not a deep question, and I'll give you some time to think about it because I'm just kind of throwing you into it. What's your biggest wish? You see a genie, and the genie comes out of the bottle and is just like, congratulations. Except, you know, I'm one of those genies that have been affected by inflation and the hard times that we're on right now. And so you can only have one wish because times are tough. So what's your one wish? You get one. And like, I'm honestly not going to be offended if you literally don't have one, because I know I'm just kind of asking you out of the blue. But is there anything on your head right now that you're just like, yeah, sure, one wish, I got that?
I think I would wish for a superpower.
A superpower?
Yep.
Nice.
I think it would be pretty cool.
What do you want to do with the superpower? Like, what superpower?
Don't know. Something really like obscure, like in X-Men Evolution, Rogue. She can take someone else's power, or not take someone else, but she can like
endless barbecue sauce coming out of your belly button.
Yes. I probably wouldn't choose that one, but something weird like that. I think it'd be cool to just, I don't know.
Ooh, shout out to Wizards of Waverly Place. Endless hoagies coming from your armpit.
Sure, I suppose, if I have to.
Oh, dude, that sounds so gross now that I think about it. When I was younger and I saw that on TV, I was like, that would be awesome. But it's like, from the armpit though, man? Oh, hoagies? You eat those.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever. Okay, an obscure superpower. I like that.
Yeah, like, I keep thinking of Spider-Man, but it's not really obscure. It's... Anyway.
Well, because Spider-Man, well, let's go to the comics. He makes his webs, right?
I think so.
And and in the new Spider-Mans now, he makes them, so that those are true to the comics. But gosh, why am I blanking on all of these names? Not Andrew, Tobey Maguire, right? I don't know, the original Spider-Man. And man, dude, I know right now that I have a couple of friends that if they listen to this podcast, and I know that they're gonna be cringing so hard right now that I didn't know the name. Dude, they're gonna hit me up and they're gonna be just like, "What's wrong with you?" Dude, dang. Yeah, well,
Tom Holland. He's not the original.
He's not the original,
latest.
but Tom Holland builds when he plays Spider-Man. The series for him, he builds the webs, right? He builds those.
I haven't seen most of his. I know. I'm slacking on my Spider-Man.
Okay, man. Okay. Anyways, that's a tangent, but obscure superpower like Spider-Man.
Yes. What would you do?
That would be kind of cool. Man, now I kind of feel like I get the advantage that you didn't have. I just kind of sprang it up on you. I've been thinking about this one because I knew that I was going to be asking you. And I was like, if I'm going to be asking him, I better answer it. We answer what I would do. I don't know, dude. Asking for a superpower sounds really freaking awesome right about like now, though. Well, I'll tell you what I was thinking. A genie comes to me out of a bottle, says I get one wish because times are hard. I'm gonna be wishing that I can take the emotion that is found in music and bring it to life through my words, you know? Like, you listen to songs that somehow they hit the spot. There's something about a beat to words that are just like, when it's timed correctly, that it just hits the soul harder than a simple monologue or whatever. It just somehow it hits the soul a little bit harder, and you can just go in on repeat and just listen to the song day after day after day. And if I could have anything given to me, I think it would be to take that essence of life and be able to throw it into my words. Like, if someone were to ask me for advice, I would be like, yeah, here's the advice, and I want it, and it hits them as powerful as an NF song, or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that would be like super nice if that would occur. That would be really cool to be able to just like drop bombs, like just by what I say, though, instead of like with a beat or anything behind it, but I could just like say it and it would have that same emotional impact.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude, I wanted to tell you, I saw this reel the other day from a girl, and she was saying that she was just like, in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, there are a couple of reasons why a woman can't be a prophet. And she goes through and she lists all these things like, have you ever seen Jimmy Neutron? Do you know? You haven't seen Jimmy Neutron?
I know who he is, but I've never seen the movies.
Okay, well, Jimmy Neutron. This is Sheen. Sheen is a friend of Jimmy, and Sheen during one of the episodes is just like, 1, she's a female. 2, she's not a boy. 3, and most importantly, she's a girl. And that's what she referenced. And she was just like, yeah, so that's why girls can't be prophets in the church, because we're girls. And that's what she referenced. And like, I was just like, yeah, okay. I'm like, dude, she is going to lose her mind when I tell her why I can't be the Relief Society president.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I think what people don't really understand is, while the prophet, tomorrow, if God says we want a girl to be a prophet, I'm not going to say it couldn't happen, but it probably won't ever happen. I don't know the doctrine on it. I don't think it will ever happen. And that's not being genderist or sexist or whatever. That's literally just, that's just the way that God has set it up. He's not being sexist. It's just, that's the way it is. That's the way he set it up. Now, that's not to say that there aren't opportunities for women to have a great leadership influence in the church. I mean, you look at inside the church, about all of the just mothers in general in the church are so highly thought of, and they're so, well, I think the church goes through great lengths to thank and to support mothers in their role as a mother in the church. There's also Relief Society. There's also just the general authorities of the church. Women can be part of that. We have a whole presidency. We have more than one presidency that is just women. So it's not, there's absolutely nothing in the church that says we only want the men to be the leaders. That's not true at all. I know that there's going to be people out there that are going to say the church is sexist because there won't be a woman prophet. I don't believe that. I think that there's a lot of evidence to prove otherwise. But the fact of the matter is God is the one that has set it up, and that's how it's going to be. And there's opportunities, but sometimes you just have to go forward and have faith and just realize that you don't know everything, and hopefully that when we're all at the pearly gates and we're all hoping for understanding, that we'll get the understanding of why God set it up that way.
Yeah, man, it can get kind of rough. I've had a couple of friends who have left the church, and they've all left the church because they're just like, oh, We just think that it is a man's church, you know? You look up on the stand and you just see a bunch of men sitting up there. It's men that are passing the sacrament. It's men that are holding the priesthood or anything like that. Okay, first off, men hold the priesthood, but we aren't the priesthood. The priesthood is for everyone and anyone who needs the priesthood in their life, you know, like that is 100% just the priesthood is for everyone. Okay,
Right.
It's not a man or woman thing. Men hold it, sure, but like the power's God's. Okay, like yeah, it is not a gender. The priesthood is not a gendered thing. It is just so interesting that this has just been brought up because this has actually been on my mind like so much recently, and that's why I kind of like just flowing like right into things, because like scripts are cool and everything, but like sometimes you just need to just talk and just need to talk about what's on your mind. But you know, I've friends have left the church because of that, and it's just like, you know, agency, but yet it saddens me because it's just like, well, no, the truth is here. This is the truth. And it's kind of like Peter, what Peter said to Christ when Christ was like, will ye also go away? And Peter said, well, where else do we go? You're the Son of God. You're the truth. You are the light. You have given us everything that we are looking for. If I were to walk away now, I don't know where I would go, you know? And so it's just kind of interesting that you bring that up, because I've been thinking about that a lot recently, of just being just like, you know, like why does there seem to be such this there just seems to be such this revolt right now against the church, you know? And I just think it's interesting. It's sad, but it's also interesting of just like people are leaving the church.
Stay tuned for part 2.
Being here just doesn't feel the same. In my head is where I spend all day. But I don't wanna waste this moment. Wish I could love me the way I love you. Being here just doesn't feel the same. In my head is where I spend all day. But I don't wanna waste this moment. Wish I could love me